guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing the try a chapter challenge, or whatever you want to call it. I was inspired by Ashley over at Dash of Ash, and I think a lot of booktubers have done this, and I know I'm probably a little bit late to the game, but I have a ton of books on my shelf, as you guys can see, and I have a massive TBR, and I am going to a book sale next week. I only do the book sale twice a year. I have kind of restricted myself from buying books since September, so for the last like 9 months I haven't bought any new books except for books like Kindle, and that's usually like free books or like $1.99 or $2.99 when they do their sales. But I haven't bought any new physical books besides like the ones I've been gifted and that sort of thing, and library books of course. But since I'm going to this library sale and I know I'm going to come home with a lot of books, last year I think I came home with like 45 books. I know, it was really bad, but it's so much fun. I look forward to it. My friend and I go to the 2 big book sales around here every year, and so I know I'm going to be bringing home a lot of books. So I thought I probably need to unhaul some books. Now, I'm not going to unhaul 40 books. I have over 300, but I want to read most of them. That's why I have them. There are some books that I've had for a long time, or some books that I picked up and thought sounded good, but maybe not, or I got really cheap, or I got them given to me, but the person didn't want them back, that sort of thing. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do 5 because I'm a little strapped for time as usual. And with reading the first chapter, some of these chapters could be kind of long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pick the 5 books that are lowest rated on my TBR list, and I'm gonna read the first chapter of each one of them, and then I will let you guys know if I feel like I need to hold on to it or not. Now, if for some reason I can't get rid of any of these because they all sound really good, maybe I'll pick a couple more, but I'm gonna start with 5 and we'll go from there. So let me grab the books off my shelf. Okay, so I got my 5 books. I'm gonna start with the lowest rated one on Goodreads. This book I actually got at the library sale last year, so it's been about a year since I've had this, and I truly picked it up for the title and the cover. Like, it just sounds really good. I have no idea. It has a 3.17 rating on Goodreads. So, I mean, that's not bad. It's just that's the lowest. I don't have any like really low rated books on my Goodreads to read list. I think this is part of a series. I think it's number 1, but it is the book Stealing Snow, and look at that cover. It's just so pretty. So I was like, even if I don't like the book, the cover looks really good on my shelf. So let me read you guys the synopsis so you can kind of know, and then I'm gonna go off camera and read the first chapter, and then we'll go from there. Why is my lighting being all funny? So, 17-year-old Snow has spent her life locked in Whitaker Psychiatric, but she isn't crazy, and that's not the worst of it. Her very first kiss proves anything but innocent when Bale, her only love, turns violent. Despite Snow knowing that Bale would never truly hurt her, he is taken away, dashing her last hope for any sort of future in the mental ward she calls home. With nowhere else to turn, Snow finds herself drawn to a strange new orderly who whispers secrets in the night about a mysterious past in a kingdom that's hers for the taking, if only she can find her way past the iron gates to the tree that has been haunting her dreams. Beyond the tree lies Algid? I don't know how to say that. A land far away from the real world, frozen by a ruthless king, and there too await the river witch, a village boy named Kai, the charming thief Jagger, and a prophecy that Snow will save them all. This edgy reimagining of The Snow Queen by New York Times bestselling author Daniel Page begins the epic story of Snow's rise to villain, queen, and ultimate once-upon-a-time heroine. Okay, let's, I'm gonna see how long this first, okay, there's like a prologue, then there's the first chapter. Oh, it's really short, so I'm gonna read the prologue and the first chapter, and I'll be right back. Okay, so my first thoughts is this sounds like something I would really like. I think I'm gonna hang on to it, not just for the cover, but the cover artwork is kind of explained in the first chapter. It's set in a mental institution, like a psychiatric ward, and I'm really intrigued by it, and the writing really flows really well, and I really like the little bit of character development, not character development, but the character description that I've gotten so far. So I think I'm gonna hold on to this one. If you guys think that it's a waste of time and I shouldn't read it, let me know, but I think I'm gonna hold on to this. Okay, the next book I got at a book outlet big sale a while ago, like probably over a year ago. But it is We Could Be Beautiful by Swan Huntley, and I really like this like foiled metallic cover, but it has a Goodreads rating of 3.22. I don't remember what this book is about. Let me just read you the synopsis here really quick. Catherine West has spent her entire life surrounded by beautiful things. She owns an immaculate Manhattan apartment. She collects fine art. She buys exquisite handbags and clothing, and she constantly redecorates her home. And yet, despite all this, she feels empty. She sees her personal trainer, gets weekly massages, and occasionally visits her mother and sister on the Upper East Side. But after 2 broken engagements and boyfriends who wanted only her money, she is haunted by the fear that she'll never have a family of her own. One night at an art opening, Catherine meets William Stockton, a handsome man who shares her impeccable taste and love of beauty. He is educated and elegant, and they even have a personal connection. His parents and Catherine's parents were friends years ago. But as he and Catherine grows closer, she begins to encounter strange signs, and her mother, Elizabeth, now suffering from Alzheimer's, seems to have only bad memories of William as a boy. In Elizabeth's old diary, Catherine finds an unnerving letter from a former nanny who wrote cryptically, "We cannot trust anyone." Is William lying about his past? And if so, is Catherine willing to sacrifice the beautiful life in order to find the truth? I don't know. We'll see. I kind of remember reading that when I bought it. But let's see. Oh, 2-page chapter. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, guys. This might not work out like it's supposed to because this one sounds really good too. So I read the first chapter, and basically she meets the guy, William, right away. So I think it's going to be kind of a wild ride. Like, I think most of it's going to be the conflict and the mystery. She briefly touches on like her life and how she has all this money, but she's still miserable, and money isn't happiness and whatnot. But there was a quote in here that actually really stuck with me already. It says, "You were always working because you had to work, and work was the best excuse for your misery." So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really intrigued by this book, so I think I'm going to keep this one too. Let me know if anyone's read this and what you guys thought. All right, the next book, going up in ratings, it has an average of a 3.33 rating on Goodreads. I've had this book since May of 2018, so just over a year, so that's not too bad. But I got it. It was one of the last book of the month books I got before I canceled my subscription, but it's Still Lives by Maria Hummel. And I don't know, I kind of remember reading about, it's like something with like art, and I think it's a mystery. It's been a little bit, but I was, I don't know, really intrigued when I picked it out. So there's that. So basically, I'm not gonna read this whole thing because I kind of remember this little blurb here. Just says, a young editor at a Los Angeles art museum finds herself pulled into the disturbing and dangerous world of a famous artist who goes missing on the opening night of her exhibition. So yes, I was right, art and mystery. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, it sounded good. I don't remember what other books I picked out, or if I did pick out other books that month, or if maybe this is the only one, but let me read this chapter here. And it's kind of divided off by like time frames. So that's kind of cool, like which day stuff happens. So I'm guessing because it does that, it's probably going to jump around a little bit. But let me read the first chapter and I'll be right back. All right, guys, we have a winner. I didn't even finish the first chapter. I don't know. It's just, I'm kind of already like, my mind's kind of wandering and I'm kind of not paying attention already. So I don't think it's like going to be a bad book, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've read a couple others and I'm comparing it, but it just, so far it hasn't grabbed me. So I think I'm going to unhaul this one. So yeah, let me know if you guys have opinions about this book or not. And the next book is actually the first in a series, and it is like a mass market paperback, and it is a long book. Holy cow. It has a 3.31 rating. Oh, this is like out of order, but anyways, it has a 3.31 rating on Goodreads. It is The Three by Sarah Lotz. I don't remember where or when I got this. I feel like I got this at the half-price book sale. It has a little bit of water damage, but it's not bad. But I just don't like tiny, fat little books. I don't know why I bought it, just because, I don't know. Let me see here. Yeah, very like thin pages. I don't know. Holy cow, it's kind of long. So I'm really confused. There's like a how it begins, and then there's a part 1. I don't know, this format is like super weird. Okay, so I think what it is, I kind of, like, there's not really chapters, it's just kind of weird sections. Basically, it says 4 planes crash within hours of each other. The crashes don't seem to be related, except that in 3 of the 4 air disasters, a single child is the sole survivor. They're dubbed the Three by the press. The miracle children achieve international celebrity. The children's behavior grows increasingly disturbing. Even their loved ones start to suspect there could be some truth to the conspiracy theory. When a fourth survivor is found, deadly alliances are formed and it becomes even more difficult and dangerous to decipher the truth. Yeah, I don't really know where to start. Let me just kind of read this little, like, I don't even know what you call it. Like, the very beginning here is how it begins. I'm going to read that and then we'll see. So this book doesn't sound bad. My copy is driving me nuts. The little bit of water damage and like the really thin papers, and like I said, I just don't really like these little small books, but it's kind of funny actually. This book came out in 2014, I believe is when it says. Yeah, and the characters at the beginning are Jim and Pam, so that's kind of funny. So I wonder if that was done on purpose or just complete coincidence. But anyways, I think I am gonna unhaul it. This is probably gonna be just a donate book because it's in such kind of crappy quality. I mean, there's no like stains, but it's just, you know how when the papers are just kind of wrinkled like that. I don't know. I just don't feel like I could give this to anybody. I don't know. I might just go throw it in like my free little library box. But anyways, so I'm going to unhaul this one. And the next one I've actually had for a long time. And I know that because I got it from Hastings, and Hastings has been closed for a while. When the Hastings in a neighboring town was closing, I went and bought books, and I wish I would have bought a lot more because it was amazing. It was an amazing sale. But anyways, I'm pretty sure that's when I picked this one up. It is When You Were Mine by Elizabeth Noble. And out of all 5 of these books that I pulled, this is the one that I thought I was most likely to get rid of. So we will see. Susanna has been living with Doug for 8 years, acting as a stepmother to his 3 unappreciative children and wondering why she doesn't mind much when he sometimes sleeps in his study. She's known her best friend Amelia since they were teenagers. Amelia never minces words, and Susanna doesn't like hearing what Amelia has to say about her non-committal relationship. At her brother's wedding, Susanna runs into Rob, her first love, the love of her life. There's no band on his ring finger, and Susanna begins to fantasize. Her fantasies turn to reality when Rob gives her a call. Susanna's world is rocked by her rekindled feelings for Rob, then totally turned upside down by a revelation from Amelia. Just when Susanna and Amelia need each other the most, they are facing a crisis that threatens to tear their friendship apart. Without her familiar guiding star, Susanna must finally make some hard choices in order to grow up for good, no matter who or what she has to leave behind. I don't know. It's sounding kind of boring to me already. I don't know why I picked it up because it was a long time ago, and my reading style has definitely changed. I definitely was like a very kind of mainstream YA and contemporary fan for a long time. So I'm sure that's why I picked this up. Oh my gosh, this first chapter is really long. The prologue, actually. The first chapter takes place in 1987, which is kind of funny because that's when I was born. But I'm going to read a few pages in the prologue here, and we'll see what I think. All right, guys, I am going to unhaul this one too. It's just, I don't know. It's probably not bad, but I just am maybe not in the mood for this kind of book or whatever. But it's been on my shelf too long, and if I haven't read it by now, I'm probably not going to read it. So I'm going to unhaul this one as well. So not too bad. I'm actually surprised that I'm keeping the 2 lowest rated on my shelf, but you know, I don't know. I'm really excited for these books, actually. I think I'm only gonna do the 5. I was gonna continue on, but my next book is another book of the month book. It was The Girl from Blind River, and I don't know, I'm actually really intrigued by that one. Even if it doesn't have stellar ratings, I still want to read it. So I'm gonna stop there. I know I only got rid of 3 books, and I'm probably gonna buy a whole bunch more, but you know, you gotta start somewhere. I will probably try to do another unhaul at the end of the summer because I'm going to another big book sale in September. So yeah, I will probably do another unhaul then. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any comments, positive or negative, on the books that I talked about today, let me know. I would love to hear your opinions to see if you think I made the right choices on what to keep and what to give away. Anyways, please subscribe to my channel. I will have another video, probably a planner related video up next. I usually do more planner related videos just because they're easier to film, honestly. I'm switching shifts in July, so I'm gonna have a lot more free time, so hopefully that means a lot more booktube videos for you guys. Anyways, thank you as always for watching, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.